Hello and welcome to the House of Isla, where we talk anything and everything Star Wars. Today, this is the way. Mandalorian recap and review for Season 2, Episode 4. The
The
Siege.
Siege.
Directed by Carl Weathers and written by Jon Favreau. But, how are you doing, Echo?
Doing pretty well. I've had a busy week. How about you, Tiger?
I am doing pretty well. And yeah, I'm doing pretty well working on schoolwork. It's fun, but yesterday the live stream we had was pretty cool. Just talking about the current news that State of Star Wars didn't have so far.
Yep.
So there was that. All right. Yeah. I think it's time for the main discussion. But I'm throwing down the countdown real quick. Okay, much better. Had an echo. That's why Echo is my co-host. And talking with an echo is hard. But let's start the main discussion.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do.
Wasn't that like the first time you heard it or something?
Yes, we finally got a few technical difficulties worked out.
Yay. So, as we said, directed by Carl Weathers, the late Carl Weathers, and Jon Favreau, starring Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, and Carl Weathers. It is 37 minutes, so shorter on a Mandalorian episode. Aired in November 20th, 2020. And yeah, we start the journey.
It got 8.3 out of 10 stars.
Cool. We start our journey of this episode with a recap to see what happened from the previous episodes. And Mando was basically delivering a passenger to this ice planet, met up with some Mandalorians named Bo-Katan that gave Mando the contact of Ahsoka Tano to go see. And his ship is in pieces, held together by zip ties and rope. I don't know how that works in space.
Well, duct tape fixes everything. I guess space duct tape fixes space everything?
But I don't think so. But so Din Djarin decides to return to Navarro because he can't really travel much other place. Plus, they might be able to fix his ship better. And while there, he meets back up with Greef Karga and Cara Dune. And Greef asks Mando for a favor to help ripe a old Imperial base that's still operating on this planet of Navarro. So, and Mando says yes, but has to leave Grogu behind, telling him, do not touch anything. Of course, because he almost committed genocide in a previous episode. But during this mission, they discover the base isn't just a weapons depot, which is what they thought of. And also, the bounty from the first episodes there as kind of like a bookkeeper for Grief Karga. And he's paying off his dues that way.
Yeah, and a bit of continuity. A bit of continuity from the original series. He's comments that he's still blind out of one eye after being frozen in carbonate. Just like how Han was frozen and he was blind when he first got out as well.
Yeah. And Grief Karga keeps threatening him, hey, do this or you're going back in carbonite. So we get that. But they find out it's a secret lab. It's also also filled with some weapons, but also a lot of stormtroopers. But they find a tank containing some failed test subjects and learned kind of what the Imperial remnant is experiencing with. And it's with blood transfusions from later in season 1, where they took blood out of Rogu, and they figured out that he has a high M count.
And when they discover this, apparently Snoke's theme plays, at least some version of it plays in the background.
And a creepy message from Dr. Pershing confirms Rogu being vital to the Imperial Remnant's cloning procedure experiments, held up by Moff Gideon. And so they look at the data from this message, and it was sent like 3 weeks ago. Shouldn't Moff Gideon be dead? From the season finale? But no. He made it out, as we saw with the Darksaber. But hey, our heroes don't know that. But the squad leaves the base as they are getting attacked, and they blow it up themselves, as in the Imperials, because hey, someone found out. Time to burn the ship, and leave it away. And TIE fighters come. Mando returns in time with his ship, because hey, jetpack, he could get his ship and fight some of them. But he leaves. And that's not a good thing, because Carson Teva comes to Navarro, trying to figure out what happens, and also tries to recruit Cara Dune into being a Republic marshal, but she's like, nah, these days are over. I'm from Alderaan. Did you know anyone who was lost? That's what Grief Karga said. But hey, if you knew someone who was in Alderaan when it exploded, and they are from there, you don't want to bring that up.
And she actually calls him Blue during this discussion.
Say that again.
She calls him.
Are you on the right tab? Or window?
Yeah, my microphone keeps disconnecting.
Ooh.
She calls him Blue during this interaction.
Oh, your mic's still disconnected.
Oh, lovely.
Yay. Technical difficulties. We love when this happens.
Nope, that's not even turning on.
Time to get to headset mic.
Yeah, I got like 4 other USB ports I could try.
Do 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 do. So, but yeah, Kosenteva fails. But Moff Gideon's alive. We know that he's on his light cruiser.
Architect's class. And no, I'm not going to spell that.
Hey, can you please spell that?
It's like ARQU something or other.
All right. But what were you saying about Kosenteva and Cardoon?
Hey, I do have the spelling for it. ARQUITENS. But like what I was saying earlier, before my microphone disconnected, well, my microphone disconnected apparently, is that during Kirsten Tiva's interaction with Cara Dune, she calls him Blue, referencing that he's from Blue Squadron, which we really don't hear about them much. We usually hear like Red, Gold, or even Green Squadron as well.
But wasn't in the original Star Wars book, Red Squadron was Blue Squadron?
In the original plans, Red Squadron was going to be Blue Squadron, but because they used a blue screen instead of a green screen, they couldn't have blue on the X-Wings.
Cool.
And that's why, if you go back and rewatch it, you can see the Death Star through R2-D2 sometimes.
And then also, Blue Squadron was part of the attack on Scarif and got destroyed. To basically say, hey, Red Squadron took its place. And then there's a tracking beacon on Mando's ship. So, put by mercenaries who's in line with Moff Gideon's remnant crew. So, what will happen next? But that's we are done with the recap portion of this video. But in the meantime, make sure to check out our website. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of cool things. And it also has links to everything. Our socials, audio feed, and our Discord server. Join it. We'd like you part of the conversation when we're off air. But let's continue with the recap.
And there's not much more to recap, is there?
Review portion. Favorite moment, favorite shot. I enjoyed doing this. Mando was trying to fix his ship in the beginning. Some wires came loose. So Rogu had to climb back into a this area where the wires were, and Din Djarin was like, fix this, try to fix this. Didn't do anything. It couldn't do anything.
You know, don't let these two wires touch. Instantly touches those two wires together.
Smoke and flames. So, what about you?
I kind of liked the TIE fighters taking off as the base exploded and chasing down the speeder. But I also liked the cruiser flying overhead shot at the end.
Any other things that you saw learned for this episode?
Yes, there is actually something I looked up. Helps when I'm alt-tabbed into the right thing. But we see in Moff Gideon's cruiser an entire room with technicians going to things on the walls. Those turn out to be dark troopers.
And wasn't Dark Troopers shown first in Rogue One, and they were...
Yes. Unfortunately, the site I'm on does not mention them. I don't know why, because those, as far as I know, are considered Phase 1 Dark Troopers, but don't quote me on that.
I thought you were supposed to be the Lore Master.
Look, mate, it's been a while since I looked up a lot of information on Dark Troopers, but from the stuff I got, what we see are... yes, our third generation.
Yeah. And also in Bad Batch and End of Rebels, Palpatine was, and all through the Clone Wars, Palpatine was like, wanted to know a ton about cloning. He was the one who told Darth Tyrannus to create the clone army and everything. So he knew the Kamina. And then he created his own cloning facility with Jedi in it. So he's been in this cloning business because one of his things is he does not want to die. Palpatine is wants to control the power. But we're getting to Sith. If you want to hear more Star Wars from a Sith perspective, check out the Sith Dominion podcast. If that's it on the review portion you have, let's go to rating it and why. 1 to 10. 10 being the best, 1 being a hot pile of garbage, and based off of everything else you have seen, what would you rate it?
I would give this one a 7. 7.5. Sorry, I didn't mess up your math, but yeah, 7.5. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it pretty well.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I liked seeing action, and it wasn't just this filler episode. It actually told some of a story and pushed it forward. So I'm gonna give it a 7. So that gives us a 7.25 Mando heads, and I still need to do some stuff for that. And here we go. 7.25 Mando heads. It looks more like a half, but when you're doing it on the fly, it's kind of hard.
Close enough, right?
Yes. We don't need to be precise. This isn't for physics. So, any other things that are on your mind?
Not really.
You have a wacky situational? No. But hey, stay tuned for more Mandalore. This is Away Mandalorian content, and Fives took a quick break from this episode, but the next episode, episode 5, is gonna be a fun episode. Things are gonna be crazy. Things are gonna be fun, and potentially hilarious with a ton of rabbit holes. So make sure to check it out when it hits our feeds, your feeds. But also look at our previous episodes. We had an interview with a good friend of ours. That was chaotic. That was long. that was...
Well, consider there's a reason that we gave him the name Havoc.
Yes. But we probably might... We like talking about Havoc, so... Because Havoc is a cool friend to have. But, with that said... Please make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. Comment, this is the way if you made it this far. And check out our audio feeds if you just want to listen to our voices and not see any of the content.
And if you are on the audio feeds, please rate us.
Also, join our Discord, be part of the community. And when we do have live streams, you can join us right after in the after show. With that said, may the Force be with you.